Hi, thanks for joining us again. Today I want to talk about scripting. Now, remember, Optima, we've tried to make it so that it's really simple, really easy to use, point and click, be able to do everything you need to quite easily from the menus. But when you're ready to go that next level, that's when we really need to talk about scripting. Now, we did a little bit last time with our scanning, where we created the RSI scan, and that's quite a simple script that we put in there. You can create some very complex scripts as well. Now, if this is something you really want to get into, make sure that you go to the scripting courses at learn.optima.com. Very important that we go there. There's some great intermediate, advanced, beginner courses available for you there. Now, the other resource, which is really, really important, is our user forum at forum.optima.com. We have a section in there just for scripts. So when clients come to us and say, hey, can you help me with this script? What we typically say is, unless you want to contract us to build that tool for you on a case-by-case basis, ask your questions in the forum. And we will monitor that, and we will make sure that answers given are correct, and we'll often answer ourselves as well. But it then becomes this public library where people like yourself can go to forum.optima.com, go into the scripting forum, and you can see all the different types of things that can be done with scripts. And that may give you ideas for the types of scripts that you want to create as well. So do make sure you check that out as well. But just to give you a very quick example, so if we open up a chart here, again, I'm just going to do a candlestick chart, and let's just type in BHP, and I want to get that from ASX shares. So we open this up, it's still using my default layout there. What I can do is I can add these different types of indicators. Now, there are three indicators that we have which use scripts. It's a show bar, which is going to put arrows on the chart for any dates or any bars that match my criteria. Then there's the show plot, which is going to be a plot over the top of my bar chart or my candle chart. So like the moving average right now, we would call that a plot on that chart. And then there is a show view. Now this is the case where, like the RSI, it doesn't have the same scale as my chart. It doesn't range from 24 to 42 like I see on the price scale here. And so it needs to be in its own scale. That's typically your oscillators, things like that. So what I'm going to do this time is just do a show bar. Now remember when we did the scan, I was scanning for when the RSI crossed below the value of 30. Well, I can put that same script in here. So I can click on one of the arrows, I can go to the condition and hit here where it's the three little dots, and that will open up the script editor. And now the default script is just close above open, but I can do RSI, let's just do bars equals 14. And I want to know when that crosses below the value of 30. And I can hit apply to that. And now what we see, let's make those arrows a lot bigger so we can see them. And let's change their color so we can see those there. And now we can see the times when that has happened. So let's put our crosshair on, and we can see here, right down, we look at the RSI, we cross below 30. Again, we get another signal. We cross below 30 again. And then here, we've crossed below 30 a third time. And so it becomes a nice way of looking on our chart and not just seeing, did we meet a scan right now, but let's now find all the historical times when we've met that scan as well. Now, the other thing I can do is I can change this show bar. Instead of being an arrow, I can change its display to be line. And so I can have a line there as well. So another nice feature. And I've also got this property line over all views, which means that it's now going to extend down into the RSI as well. Now, a few other things we can do there with the show bar. We can say, right, instead of lines, I want to see numbers. Now, when it's a true false, whenever you're doing scripting in Optima, remember that false is the number 0 and true is the number 1. And the reason we've done that is it becomes really nice if you're doing a type of analysis where you're putting lots and lots of indicators together, and it's like a weight of the evidence type value, and you may want to sum them up. You can just say this condition plus this condition plus this condition, and they'll all add up. But there are other scripts where you may put a number out. And so you want to have those sorts of conditions as well. So again, scripts can be very complicated. So what we can do is we can have text, so we can have a little label appear whenever these are right, or I can do symbols. When I choose symbols, I can come down and I can choose change symbol here. And I can choose any one of these symbols. Maybe this is a sad face that I need to put on. I can choose that here as well. And now I see the sad face whenever that condition has been met. So you can see there's a lot of power there. So an example of, let's say, the show plot, I can come along here and you can see it puts a default plot in, but what I'm going to do is change that. And so, right, I want to see a line when we have the close value, so the last close, and I want to see the value of 2 ATRs below the close. So I can do my ATR function. Let me just double check. I'm doing 10 periods. Let's just do 14 again. That's what Wells Wilder would use. And I can do my multiplier in the indicator. So we do that. So I'm going to have a line now at close minus my ATR and hit apply to that. And we can see that. Let's just change that line style so it's a little bit easier to see. We'll make it a dash line instead. So now I can see that, and I can see when the market's going to hit my 2 ATR line. So you can see that's a show plot. Now the other one, again, show view, we have here, we can come along here, we've got a script. This one, again, this is just the close multiplied by the square root of 252. So we're taking the closing price and the standard deviation of the closing price, and we're annualizing that by multiplying by square root of 252. If you've ever done volatility analysis, you'll understand what's going on there. But again, it's a way of calculating different things and showing examples there in Optima. So there's an enormous amount of power that you have with scripting. Really, this is just scratching the surface of what's there. If you really want to get into it, you've got to do those courses at learn.optima.com. And again, if you've got questions about scripts and you need help writing scripts, go to the forum at forum.optima.com, and either one of our other clients will help you out, or we'll hop on and we'll help you out as well. So again, thank you very much. Next time we're going to talk a little bit more about watch lists. Thank you.